Herbert Marcuse's false needs theory. Herbert Marcuse, a philosopher from the 20th century, brought a fresh and critical perspective to understanding modern society. His theory of false needs examines why we desire things we do not truly need and how our real freedom and happiness are compromised as a result. Marcuse believed that in a consumer-driven society, many of the things we think we need are actually just created by industries, advertisers, and the social structures around us. He argued that these needs are false because they are not essential for human well-being. Instead, they serve the interests of those who produce goods and control the economic system. Marcuse observed that modern societies are controlled by what he called technological rationality. In simple terms, this means that technology and the logic of profit-driven industries have come to dictate what people think they need. Society presents certain material goods and lifestyles as necessary to live a good and fulfilling life, but Marcuse argued that these needs are largely manufactured. The media, advertisements, and industries convince people that products like luxury cars, trendy clothing, the latest gadgets, or particular ways of living will lead to happiness. But according to Marcuse, chasing these products often keeps us from pursuing our true needs and deeper personal fulfillment. A significant part of Marcuse's theory is his distinction between true needs and false needs. True needs, he argued, are those that help humans reach their full potential, such as the need for creative expression, meaningful relationships, and mental and physical health. True needs support individual freedom, growth, and self-awareness. False needs, however, are not genuinely about our well-being. They are needs created by outside forces, often through the pressure of advertising, societal expectations, and consumer culture. For example, while the need for shelter is a true need, the need for an expensive designer home might be seen as a false need. Marcuse's point was that in a consumer society, people often find themselves pursuing these false needs, thinking they will find happiness but instead feeling unsatisfied and even trapped. Marcuse suggested that these false needs actually serve the interests of those in power because they keep society functioning in a way that benefits the producers and controllers of goods. By creating desires that lead people to consume more, industries and companies profit while people spend their time, energy, and money on things that do not genuinely make them happy. In this way, society maintains control over individuals by directing their desires toward endless consumption, preventing them from focusing on their true needs, like personal freedom, meaningful work, or connections with others. This consumer culture, Marcuse argued, promotes conformity. When society presents the same products, desires, and lifestyle standards to everyone, people begin to adopt these goals and values without questioning them. As a result, people's identities and choices become shaped by what they buy and consume, rather than by their own inner needs or unique qualities. The drive to conform and fit into a particular social mold suppresses individual creativity and expression. Marcuse worried that this system turned people into passive participants in their own lives, driven by the desires and expectations of a consumerist society rather than by their own authentic needs. One of the more troubling parts of Marcuse's theory is how he believed that false needs limit our ability to recognize our true selves. By focusing on buying and owning more, people often overlook what would truly make them happy. For instance, instead of finding fulfillment in a hobby, learning a skill, or building close relationships, people might seek validation through the accumulation of possessions, achievements, or social status. In this way, the pursuit of false needs takes up valuable time and energy, making it harder for people to look inward and find what they genuinely value. Marcuse believed that true liberation, or real freedom, could only come when people recognized and rejected these false needs. Liberation, in his view, is not simply the ability to make more choices in a consumer market but rather the freedom to pursue a meaningful life. without being driven by artificial desires. By learning to see through the pressures of consumer society, Marcuse thought people could reconnect with their true needs and live more satisfying lives. In his ideal vision, people would be more concerned with self-actualization, creativity, and genuine human connections rather than material wealth or social status. Marcuse's theory offers a critical lens for examining today's world, where advertisements and social media heavily influence our desires. Today, social media can amplify false needs by constantly showcasing images of people leading what looks like perfect, luxurious lives. This creates a cycle of comparison and desire, where people feel they need to buy certain things or live a certain way to be happy or accepted. Marcuse's ideas suggest that this pressure to keep up with an idealized version of life is part of the same problem he saw: a society built on false needs, making it harder for people to find true happiness and fulfillment. Another interesting aspect of Marcuse's thinking was his belief that technological advances could actually help liberate people, if used correctly. He was not against technology itself, but rather against how it was used to promote consumption and control. He thought that technology, if directed toward helping people meet their true needs, could provide freedom from exhausting work and open up time for creativity, personal growth, and leisure. However, for this to happen, society would need to shift its priorities from profit and consumption to genuine human well-being. Marcuse also emphasized that changing this system would not be easy. He believed that people had to become aware of how they were being influenced and manipulated by societal forces. This means looking critically at advertisements, social media, and societal expectations to understand how they shape our desires. Education and awareness were crucial for Marcuse because he believed that without recognizing the forces at play, people would continue to live in a cycle of endless consumption and never reach their full potential. Marcuse's ideas about false needs continue to resonate because they encourage us to question what truly brings happiness and fulfillment. Is it the latest phone, a fancy car, or branded clothing? Or is it something deeper, like connecting with others, learning, and growing as individuals? Marcuse's theory invites us to think more critically about our own desires and to recognize when they might be shaped by outside forces, rather than our own inner values. By doing so, we can start to distinguish between what we truly need and what we are simply told we need, leading to a more intentional and fulfilling life. In today's world, Marcuse's theory might encourage us to reflect on our relationship with material things and social expectations. Are we working extra hours to buy something that we think will make us happy? Are we prioritizing appearances over authentic experiences? These are the types of questions Marcuse would urge us to consider. By understanding and questioning our own desires, we might be able to break free from the cycle of false needs and focus on the things that truly matter. Marcuse's insights are more than just criticism, they are a call for personal and social transformation. He wanted individuals to be empowered to make choices that align with their real values rather than societal pressures. His ideas challenge us to live more consciously, resist the urge to conform to consumer culture, and strive for a life where we pursue our true needs. If you found this explanation of Herbert Marcuse's false needs theory interesting and insightful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We dive into the works of influential thinkers, breaking down complex ideas into simple and engaging explanations. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.